Hello, welcome back to our channel. Today we have a big update. As y'all already know, that I've been using my Tacoma to pull our camper and everything around, and it does a fantastic job and everything. But we're running into an issue. Our family's growing, our daughter's getting bigger, so it was time to get something a little bit bigger to pull our camper around. And that's what I'm going to be talking about today, and getting everything installed to tow. We picked up a Highlander, so this is going to be our new tow rig. The Highlander's got 5,000 pounds of towing capacity, which is more than enough for our camper. This Highlander does have the factory towing package on it. It has the oil cooler and the bigger fans, bigger radiator and all that stuff on it, but it did not come with the tow hitch and everything, and the wiring for the trailer lights. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I got all the stuff here to make all that stuff happen. Ordered all this stuff from E-Trailer. Everything you see here came from E-Trailer. This is the wiring harness for the 7-way. Brake controller. I got the little thing that fits in the dash, and of course the tow hitch. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be installing the tow hitch and the wiring harness for the lights and everything, and the brake controller. So watch along with us as I go through this process. I think the first thing I'm going to do is get the tow hitch installed, and see about where I want the plug and everything, because depending on where I want the plug will let me determine how to lay the wiring harness out to get the plug where I want it. So that's where we're going to start. Okay, so to start this process, there's a few things you have to remove. You have to remove this piece of plastic on the driver's side, and you also have to remove the factory tow hitch, the tie down off the driver's side, and some rubber plugs out of the frame rail so the bolts can go up into it. The next step is to get the tow hitch over here and get it up and into position and get it bolted in. Gonna be a little struggle. I'm by myself, so this might take a little doing, but I'm gonna get it done. I'll bring y'all back once I get it up to the point where I can get everything tightened. But trying to run the camera and all that while I do this is going to be difficult. So I'll bring you back when I get it up and in place, and I'll show you the bolt locations and all that, so you can see. Okay, as you can see, I have it up and in place. I measured it side to side to get it centered. The hitch itself does have slotted holes, so you can make some adjustments there. I also missed a step. There's a little piece of plastic that goes on the bumper right here for your exhaust. I had to take this off, and what I done is there was already a line there, and I just took a good sharp knife, and I just cut it down that line to get that out of place. Something else I want to show you about this kit that E-Trailer makes. The washers are concaved, and they have some little teeth on the bottom on one side of it. And when you install these, you want to install these where the bolt goes through the bottom, and these little tabs will lock the bolt in, and then you don't have to put any Loctite or anything on here. So I'm gonna finish getting up under here and tighten these bolts down, and I will show you where these bolts are located on this car. Okay, as you can see, one bolt in the front. I haven't got that bolt in the middle yet, and then one bolt at the very back. And on the other side, it's the same way. You have 3 bolts that run into the frame rail. And right here, let's see if I can get up in here. Right in here is where I had to cut that piece of plastic out. So, like I said, just be aware of that. Okay. The plastic on the driver's side also has to be trimmed. They give you some instructions where to trim it. I did not trim near as much out as the instructions said. I just started small and I just kept trimming away until I got everything to fit. And this is actually how much I ended up with instead of these big gigantic missing sections. In the instructions it says whack this whole end and everything off. You don't have to do that. As you see, I just I moved over to the edge of this round hole and went up, and then the plastic has this little rib. I cut across this rib back to this other side of this rib here and took that plastic out. The plastic on the bottom here that was I think it was this section. No, it was this piece. As you can see, what I done on this side is I came down 3 inches and just went all the way across, instead of just like it showed here on this side. You have to take this much plastic out. But on this bottom piece here that was here, as you can see in this diagram, let me turn this diagram over where it's faced the same way. As you can see, I didn't take near as much out as they were saying to take out. So this is these 2 little pieces is all that I took out on this end. So you don't have to trim near as much off on this side as they say that you need to. So just keep that in mind. Like I said, I just this little piece, I took this little piece out that was let me see how this goes back in. It was here. And then this piece was, how'd this go on? This piece was here like this. So that's all I took out. I didn't take out near as much as they said that needed to be taken out for it to clear. And after I get this up in place, I will come back and show you a picture of where the tow bar goes through this area here. And I'll show you how close I got it. And it actually makes it look real good. Okay, I'll bring you back in a minute. Okay, as you can see where I cut this at, I just barely trimmed it up here where it would pass this bar, and I trimmed it just enough on this side over here where it would clear. So you don't have to cut out near as much as they say. And I also retained all the factory mounting places except this one right here. This is the only one that I lost, but the rest of them fit perfectly fine. Okay, that completes the install of the tow bar. Like I said, I got everything from E-Trailer. They make real nice kits. I got the wiring harness, the brake controller, the hitch, and everything from E-Trailer. Not a sponsor or anything, but the kits that they sell are really nice. And I will bring you back for the 7-way install. Okay, started in on the wiring harness. As you can see, the plug is here. You just plug the plug in, and where I put the box is, I put the box next to it with a fuse. I ran the wire down and through the grommet. I still gotta finish getting that in. The ground wire I brought up and just grounded it to this right here on this mount. One of the things I had to do though that I was not happy about with the kit is, let me bring you under here, I had to extend the wire. The original wire ended here, which wasn't long enough. As you can see, it goes up and around. Wiring harness goes up and around and out the grommet. I'm gonna fill that hole full of silicone. But the wiring harness goes up and around, And right here, like I said, right here's where the old wiring harness ended, and I had to start adding to get it over to where it needed to be. And these are just all the loose wires hanging down that I hadn't made the connection on yet. The other wire that runs up to the feed, to the brake controller, I have it ran down and under and up in here. I came through this hole and out through this hole, and from there I'm gonna run it down the door seam. I'll bring you around here and show you. This is where it's at right now, but I'm gonna run it down through the door seam behind this piece of rubber, and then under the door, and then all the way up to the front, going, you know, down here under this kick panel, and then up to where the wiring harness is. When I get that done, I'll bring you back. Just a final update on the wiring harness and everything that was installed. There's two major things about the wiring harness that I found. One thing is the pigtail is too short, so I had to add some wire in that. And the second thing is it takes all day to do it correctly. As you can see, what I've done with the wiring is the long line that runs up to the front. I popped this out after underneath here. There's a panel that pops out, and I popped this out, and run it up through here, and then ran it up through here. This is just the cup holder, and it just pops out and it snaps back in. This one, it just snaps back in also. It's just access panels. Okay, after I ran it through that, you can take this piece of rubber off. It just slides out, and I passed it through here. As you can see, here's the wire right here. I passed it through here, and then when I got down here, I ran it with the factory wiring. The factory wiring runs all the way up, all the way underneath here, and all the way up and underneath the panel. I did buy the little kit where I could install the brake controller button in one of the factory locations. One thing you will have to do is you will have to drill a hole through the firewall. And what I done is I saved one of the rubber plugs that I had to take out in the back where the tow hitch went, and I reused that rubber plug where I drilled the hole in the firewall. And I'll show you where I drilled the hole in the firewall to get outside to the battery. Okay. Cool. I don't know how well you can see it. Probably can't see it at all. But right down in here. Hold on, let me get some light. Okay, I'm back. As you can see, you see right down where the loom goes through the firewall, the new loom. It goes right down there, kind of center of the screen there, right over the top of that, where that hose is at, and that's where I came through the firewall. It's just to the right of the power, where the steering comes out. I don't know how well you can see that, but that's where I came out. And then I came up, wiring over here, around, down, under, and then back up to the battery. And that's the battery here is where I put the two fuses up here for the controller and the rear module. And that's pretty much the install. Like I said, it does take all day long to do it correctly, so have plenty of time. Thanks for watching the video. Like and subscribe.